It is a total. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Sekou Sherry
coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
Sekou Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Sekou Sherry
coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
Sekou Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Sekou Sherry
coming to talk.
Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion. Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
Sekou Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Sekou Sherry
coming to talk.
Liberia, Sekou Sherry coming to talk. Endorsement to information and education. Sekou Sherry coming to talk. Liberia, Sekou Sherry coming to talk. Good information, endorsement and education. Sekou Sherry coming to talk.
Sekou Sherry say, Liberia, listen to the voice of Liberia. It is time to talk. Bringing sense to the issue for better discussion.
Never give up. Never give up. Keep pushing in life. Keep believing what you believe in. Keep doing what is right. Never give up to circumstances. Never give up to issues. Good evening. Good evening. Welcome to the program Issues of Today on Voice of Liberia 104.1. My name is Sekou, and I'm Sekou Sharif. Talking about the issues, speaking about the issues, seeking the interest of the people is what matters most to us. And so whenever we sit here on the radio, no matter other issues in country, we try to speak about the issues concerning the Liberian people, particularly those of the people that cannot, that don't have the rights or have the time or opportunity, for a better word, to speak for themselves. And so we always come here to talk about it, speak in their interest, talk about the issues in the best interest of the people. Like I always said, too many things happen in Liberia. Some of the issues are good, some of the issues are bad. But as a country and people, how can we work together to make the bad ones good? To make the good ones to continue to be good in the interest of every one of us. It is never a mistake whenever you listen to us on the radio. And so we're going to be here with you tonight up to 9 o'clock on the program Issues of the Day, right here on Voice of Liberia. Let me say good evening to you. For those of you just joining us, I want to say thank you. And I want to say invite someone to listen as well. As a matter of fact, we converge at about this time to talk about all of the important issues in country. And there are a lot of things happening in Liberia, though, ranging from political issues, human interest issues. Lots more issues are happening in the country. Today in Liberia and in the world, there are some people that are happy. There are some people unhappy because of what's happening in their very lives. We need to say thank you to Allah for those of us that are out. We are healthy. There are many others that want to be like us in terms of health, but they are not. It is all because of the mercy and grace of Allah. It's not because we are perfect or righteous than they do. Right? So my name is Siku, and I'm Siku Sharif, and we're gonna be here this evening again, like we usually do, to talk about issues. You know, one thing I always love to do and I've gained interest in is speaking for the Liberian people, speaking in the interest of the people. Now, most of the people won't like you for it because you always speak in the interest of the people. They think when they do something wrong, you should not speak about it. You know, these things are all things that at times people don't like of you. But it is always good to stand your ground and speak truth, no matter what it is. But it is always good to speak truth. And so today we hear it again, and we've got things to do. Um, we're going to be cutting across a couple of days, folks. We've been talking briefly about Sony Brothers. Sony Brothers is a company owned by Ricky Babani. Ricky Babani, he's a foreign national, and one of his sons, which is Sonin Babani, I think the business is named after him. Sonin Babani serves as one of the guys there, and you had David Babani, who's the older son of Mr. Ricky Babani, who's the owner of Sony Brothers, right in Vital. And today, we will take more time to dig deep into what's happening there, and we will speak for those Liberians that are working with Sony Brothers. It's going to be the start of our investigations, deep ones, into the workings of Ricky Babani, owner of Sony Brothers. At 6:30 this evening, we will go to our international correspondents. They will fill us in with their international updates. And the president of Liberia has traveled to Morocco. I can listen to people that say Morocco. There's no RA, it's Morocco. You know, has traveled to Morocco to attend a very important program in that country. And there are a lot of things happening in Liberia. Opposition political institutions are cutting across, moving from one point to another, making people to understand that they can deliver this country. Uh, when elections are coming, there are lots of things you see happening. There are lots of things you hear people say, and just to convince the electorates so that they can vote them in positions of their choosing. Uh, no, no, we're gonna play it here before it goes to YouTube. It's here we want to play it. So you have political engagements, political activities as we move towards the 2023 elections in the country. Um, if it is confirmed, I want to extend my condolences, or we want to extend our condolences to, I'm seeing this on social media, but I have not been able to confirm it 100%. So that's the reason why I'm saying it. So I have a video here, and I'm going to show you the video where you will see the owner of Sony Brothers, Ricky Babani, in this video, along with some other Liberians um, agitating for their rights. On issues about bad labor practices, the violation of their rights, and you see, folks, people in government in various positions are our problems in this country. The ones that they've got the opportunity or means to work, they are our problems. We read to that issue about Sony Brothers. There's this thing I'm seeing circulating on social media, and someone personally sent that to me about leges. Leges is just sickening. Every day there are new things coming up. Every day there are new things coming up about leges. But let me say this about leges. I hope my producer will come and so we can connect the international correspondence. I continue to say this, and I'm saying this again. The way Legis is handling the issue, it will create, or it has created, dark cloud overall the transparency of the process in which they are to conduct, in extension to knowing the total number of people in country as we move towards the elections in Liberia. But I can safely say to you, you see, when we started to talk about this issue concerning leges, some of you took it for play. But here it is. Here it is now, where leges has turned to be a national embarrassment to our country. Every day, something new, different will come out about leges. And all of what that will come up about leges, they are all negative news. They are not news that will give any good face to the country. Because you get one Smith who and I don't know. The guys are using the money alleges as if to say it is their personal money. It is their personal money, and anyone can take anything and do anything about it. Donald's money. You see how, in fact, accountant or lady that they usually say, how the people, you know, how they do the money transaction. These are things the people that are putting their money, they see these things about you. How do you expect them to feel? How do you expect them to feel about their monies they put, and you have to do what you have to do for them? But this too is Liberia, and I can surely tell you, we'll continue to have people talking about this latest thing. Okay, so we need to go to the international correspondence. I'm not understanding my producers today. I don't know what they offer, but now we should be settled for the international correspondence. And so you you have legislation, you have people just taking money. Pe- pe- Uh, go. But nothing will happen. I can safely say to you, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen about it. Nothing will happen about it. What you see, because that man is very close. Hmm? That man is very close to the for the thing is that man is very close to the Minister of Finance. So nothing will come from out of it. Nothing nothing they will do about it. Nothing they will say and nothing they will do about it because they enjoy what he does. Now and trust me, tomorrow, I like to do my own thing then slow but I'm gonna be firing on Legis tomorrow. Someone said tomorrow is a holiday. Radio, we don't have holidays. We'll be here. So let me start my discussion by this way. Fellow Liberians, there are a lot of things happening in our country to our Liberian brothers and sisters that are working with foreign institutions in our country. In most of the cases, their rights are being violated. There are laws that protect the rights of Liberians, but the people that are in positions that are to help enforce the laws that protect the rights of Liberians working with foreign nationals, the very people are the ones that are helping the foreign national to infringe on the rights of Liberians. There have been a lot of cases, and the case about Sony Brothers is of no exception, where the people, particularly those foreigners, think that Liberians don't deserve better. They think that they are rendering assistance or favor for Liberians. Because I'm saying this because I want to start a discussion and I want to connect you. In many cases, Liberians' rights will be violated by the same foreigners, and at the end of the day, nothing will happen to them. I don't know the specific time, but there were times that I made a stop at Sony Brothers building material store in Viton. And that day, we were called upon based on the action that they wanted to take. The management refused to live up to her obligations to the workers. And whenever the workers ask about what belongs to them in terms of their welfare, the management will decide to dismiss them. They think we talk about where people work for 3 months probation. And if the management decides not to take the person, let the person go. Or if you think that the person's service or the services of the people is compatible with your job, you can hire them and you people understand how the payments go, like in terms of salaries. But in the case of Sony Brothers, we have people that have worked with Sony Brothers for more than 5 years. They've not been employed. They've been treated like the normal person that have gone to work there on the probational level. There's no employment. Do you know why the foreigners are always afraid? They don't want to employ people? Because when you employ people, employment comes with lots of benefits, and it brings about certain issue on the head of the employers that you need to do for the workers. Most of the Indians, the Lebanese, they cannot make the money they're making now in Liberia. Liberia is a zone that the opportunities are here, but only the foreigners are being given the opportunity to benefit from what is in our country in terms of financial opportunity. It is either because of the lack of trust that has been built within institutions against Liberians. And so you have most of them, particularly Sony brothers, owned by Ricky Babani. When we went there was this complaint, and I'll play a video where you will see Ricky Babani in the video. It's just the start of the many things we're going to be doing. Now, let me say this. Some of you are not forced to listen to our radio. We might not discuss what everyone could be discussing. What we do here is about the interests of the Liberian people. This radio is for the Liberian people. What affects a Liberian affects us. So it's better we speak for the rights of Liberians instead of discussing. Listen, let me tell you something. They think about political issue. Every day we talk politics. At the end of the day, it still remains the way things are. So there's nothing about, okay. This is where the guys usually work. Okay. Okay, so this is it. Now, right? You see what I'm talking, right? And what we're saying here is we will use this radio to continue to advocate for the rights of Liberians. And if you think it is not, you don't listen to us. But the rights of Liberians is what we will advocate for on a daily basis. So when we stopped there the other time, there were complaints as to the management forcing Liberians to sign certain document that is totally against them. You know what the guys can do? They work along with the folks on labor and bring about things, unrealistic issues on Liberians are working with them. When we went there, the people complained that they wanted the workers to sign a document where in which if that document is signed, it gives the company more leverage in a sense in terms of salaries than the workers. The people that have worked for more than 5 years, that will look like they've started working there just yesterday. So some of the workers felt that that was not the right way. They thought the rights were being violated. And they started to engage the management. Well, one day I met one of the sons of Ricky Babani, who is Sony Babani, the smaller son to David Babani. David Babani, Sony Babani, they are two children of Ricky Babani, who is the father and owner of the business that is named after one of his sons, Sonin Babani. Now, there are a lot of things that we've uncovered, but we're going to start step by step. There are a lot of things we've uncovered, right? So today we're talking about the workers. We're talking about what they are doing, how they're infringing on the rights of the workers. Tomorrow, we will come and we'll tell you where Ricky Babani said he's not afraid of anyone. Even the Ministry of Labor, he can listen to them, but the only person he can listen to small. When the president comes before him, at least you will listen to the president small. We will play it to you here. You will listen to Ricky Babani saying that. Today, we will play you a video where you will see Ricky Babani and the workers, where the workers expressed their frustration, disappointment. And even though he gave them the assurance, but you know what they've done? They've gone to the extent and dismayed Liberians without the just benefit or due process. The Ministry of Labor had a gust. Those of the folks from the Ministry of Labor went there and told the people that once the man wants to dismiss you, the benefit you're talking about is not there. That time, Ministry of Labor never had it. So you want to ask yourself, why would the Ministry of Labor continue to desperately perform when it comes to the interests of Liberians that are working in various institutions? I continue to say this. The current labor minister of our country is the worst disappointment. He's the worst thing ever happened to our country. I will give you the article incorporation on our next edition. There's a company called Vision Industry. It's located at GSA Road. Vision Industry, they are producing nail. And on the nail pack, you got, they say real nail. It is what that is writing on the nail pack. Real nail. That company, our country. When will Liberians not be slaves in their own country? When will Liberians think that, okay, this is our time and this is our country and our rights will not be violated? Ricky Babani is one of the owners of that company. And the Minister of Labor. So how would the Minister of Labor, how would the Ministry of Labor go and do something to someone like Ricky Babani? And the only option the people have, depend on we, the journalists. You know, sometimes it hurts my heart when people see and think so much about us and think how so powerful we are to speak for them. The workers take their complaint to the Ministry of Labor. Instead of the Ministry of Labor to defend them, the Ministry of Defending is defending Ricky Babani. So the guys have been working with the institution, lots of things happening. They're not paying them on time, and they're underpaying them. No employment, even though they're doing what they're supposed to do. No benefits, nothing on the account. But you have foreigners that they bring in and they are learning on the job. Liberians are teaching them what to do on the job. But these foreigners are making more money than Liberians that are working and doing more on the job at Sony Brothers. When will Liberia be a country where it will be a country of law, not men? When will Liberia be that country? People like Ricky Babani think that no one can talk to him. The only person he can listen to a little bit is the president. Are you kidding me? That's how these foreigners, they've reached to the point they've had the gust. A foreigner, he feels that no one can do anything to him this entire country, even if he's wrong. No one is saying now, oh, you should just go infringe on his rights. No. But there's the same man again. He brings people in the country and he takes away the documents. I will tell you, Lord, there are a lot of things I will tell you about Ricky Babani. That is human trafficking. My other producers is not here. I wanted him to play this thing so the people can get the audio clear. Let me try this because I want this. I want you to see this. I want you to now in this video, the white man you will see in this video, folks. But you are about to play this is Ricky Babani. Ricky Babani is the owner of Sony Brothers. In this video is Ricky Babani. When the workers complained, when the workers were talking about the ills, when the workers raised issues, the people can get ready without anything, no reason they dismiss you. Without anything, they suspend you. Without anything, they cut your salary. Look at the other story. He said, there was a time, I don't have attached to this. There was a story they explained to me. There was a time that this man's vehicle was leaving from one point to another, and it came in contact with one of the presidential motorcade, something of such. And so they arrested the vehicle on grounds that they should have known that the president convoy is en route and no one should use the road. How did it happen now? It didn't end. Up. Mr. Ricky Babani said he used 100 United States dollars to get that vehicle out of whatsoever, and that money was being deducted from those of the people that were in the vehicle at the time. They had to excuse the man. They had to think the man said, you didn't tell the people say that where men get a car. Oh, my country, Liberia. Now you see how the foreigners are behaving in Liberia. You see what's going on. No one is against people to invest, but living by the laws of our country is what important and matters to us, and not violating the rights of Liberians. You can't continue to violate the rights of Liberians. Do you know how many Liberians they've taken out of job? And the law says the only time you can do redundancy when the business is not generating money or is about to collapse. And even in that case, if you want to do redundancy, it is not the people that have been working there for a couple of years. The new ones that you are just adding are the ones that you remove first. Redundancy come with benefits. The laws are clear. But I'm told again, if you work for 5 years or maybe 5-6 years, the benefit is something around $850. They give it to you. All the thing is you know, How do you expect this man that worked for you for 8 years? Use this man good, and they involve into building material issue. You use this man for 5 or 6 good years, and you give this man 850 to go and make a life. And in fact, before you do redundancy, you should give a prior notice to the person, because it has an effect on the mind, because that person is moving on a job. But what Ricky Babani did at Sony Brothers, they did not do what they needed to do. Workers are doing things, holidays, there's no protective gears. Lots. Sometimes how would the people be afraid? When the people, as soon as they take from the call, you got the labor people talking, oh yes, sir, yes, sir. Now, it is not that you should create the environment to scare the investors, but also create the environment so the investors can know the value and protect the rights of the people to work with. And in fact, what kind of investors then we get here? The hustlers then are come in this country and make themselves rich overnight. The foreign hustlers. When I tell you some things about what Ricky Babani is doing in our country, ah, God. Liberians. I want to get this thing for you folks so that I can, if there's no way, I just wanted you that are listening to the radio to also get to also listen, but it's like our folks cannot do it. I want to play, I want to, you get it already in the system there. I want to play this video so you can see. Now in this video is Ricky Babani, the owner of Sony Brothers. When the guys went to address this issue, letting the owner to know okay, for those of you watching the video, that is Ricky Babani. I want to play this thing so that it can be live on the radio and live on the television as well, and so you can can get us clear. I want to do this. Oh my God, I really want you people to get it. Oh God. I want you people to get it very, very clear and see the interaction and see the interaction of what is his name, Ricky Babani and the workers. And as soon as this happened, it didn't take a long time. What the workers were expressing about how it is, they dismissed the people. And the very labor ministry were in support. The very ministry, right? The very labor ministry. They when they supported the idea of the people. So the people dismissed all of the guys. And in fact, they're about to put people down again. So it is a bad thing now to express or tell the people about what's happening with you in institutions. I want to play this thing for you folks. Those of you, and it will only be beneficial for those of you watching, but for those of you listening on the radio, you might not get it. God, it's very, very important, folks. It's very, very important. Very, very important. Let me take this break. Let me take this break to see how we can do this adjustment to get this clear for you on the radio and the television. Okay, so we will manage it this way. I want to play this for you. We will manage it this way. For those of you watching us, you will get the this. I don't know. Let me get this clear on the camera. Let me get this clear on the camera to see how. Yes, I want to get this clear. Let me see how I can.
Nobody stop work. How long the time your children go back to work? How long the time your children go back to work? The you question your money, two up populated at him. Is nobody here. Nobody can bring up from my letter after. You tell me, say, nobody in the place here. I know that everybody want to learn. They didn't want YouTube. They have been if you want YouTube. So the time is still why you are trying to come and I say, why you come and let me see how. December, I last thing even December. I lost 5 days, you lost it, you call a day for me, and give me $15. I spent $250 print paper to your management. The Lord look at me. They go December was set for 1 week. I came to work in the morning, we're putting something on the corner. I have a paper with me. No, I haven't.
I want to get it. Okay. So it's like you cut it. You made a short cut of it, or is the entire thing? Okay. So give me the entire thing. Let me play it for those of the people. Now, folks, what you're listening to, the Liberians, and right before them is Ricky Babani, the owner of Sony Brothers, right? Wait, let me get this very clear, because I want to play this so you can see for yourself. Sorry for what you experiencing. It is because our main producer is not here. Let me do this.
Nobody kill his son or a family member. Let me tell you, nobody stop work. How long the time your children go back to work? How long the time your children go back to work? You question your money, two up populated at him. There is nobody here. Nobody can bring up from my letter after. You tell me, say, nobody in the place here. I know that everybody want to learn. They didn't want YouTube. They have been on YouTube. So the time why you try to come and I say, why you come and let me see how. They go December, I last thing even you go December. I lost Friday, you call a day from me, and give me 15. I spent $250 print payment to your management. They never look at me. They go December, we say for 1 week. I came to work in the morning, put it on the community. I have my paper with me. None of my dog. Now, how well would you on the scene and the most money for you?
You see, for those of you watching the video, all the things the guys are saying, he's standing there, he's laughing at what he's saying, as if to say what he's saying makes sense. There you go. You see, as if to say what the guys are saying. People are working, you deduct their salary, you do anything you want to do to them. When they say nothing, people explaining the kinds of serious thing. The man is standing right before them, and right after this issue, that's the time. How do people express themselves? Deny that you're not no here for us. You see, folks, our country, we, and this might not sound well to you people, but clearly Liberians look like slaves in the hands of foreigners. Clearly Liberians. Now, Ricky is the owner of Sony Brothers. Now, with the complaints the people gave out, any honest person who loves to listen to them, listen to some of the things that people said, the man stood up there, and right after that thing, that's the time the labor ministry people came and got dismissed. Most of them got dismissed. So it's a crime now to express. Even you working with them, you cannot express yourself. Even there are problems, you cannot express yourself. When you express yourself, it is a problem. Even you working with them, you cannot express yourself. You express yourself is a problem. So the owner of the business, he's there, and people are telling about some of the things they're going through, how they've been ill-treated, how things are happening to them. Boom. Because the man feels that nothing can happen to him. Because he has the labor minister in his pocket. You now employ the people, no job security, nothing in the camp, people that have worked for years, nothing in the camp. When they tell you, it becomes a problem. Then at the end of the day, the only thing they could benefit is dismissal. Is dismissal. And we'll continue to talk for them. We'll continue to talk for them. You know, I love these kinds of discussions. Even if all the whole world not support it, I support it. The rights of the people. Foreigners, they've taken on this notion, and they have within themselves that they cannot respect Liberians. Even jobs that Liberians can do, they bring in foreigners to do it, and they pay them more money over Liberians. There are a lot of persons that have worked with Sony Brothers. There are a lot of recordings I'll be playing here. You'll listen to some of them from in Sony Brothers. How Liberians' rights are being violated. For once, when will we have a Ministry of Labor or a Minister of Labor that will stand and speak truth, of folks from the Ministry of Labor that will stand and speak truth to our foreign brothers that are doing businesses in our country, but to do the right thing? When will that happen? When will that happen? It becomes a problem for people that work within various institutions. And they are Liberians. Some of the people that are going through some of these things, they are seditions. Some of them are from ANC. Some of them are from UP. You can name all the other political parties. But the people, the only thing they talk about politics. You never listen to them talking about the rights of the workers. When last have you listened to any of the politicians speaking for the rights of the workers working with foreign institutions so that the rights can be protected? You won't listen to them. The only thing they care about is to speak for themselves. Ricky Bambadi, the owner of Sony Brothers, is practicing bad labor practice, infringing on the rights of Liberians that are there, with the only understanding that no one can do anything to him. And it is working. It is working. And as something I start, you see today, I'm talking about the workers, right? Watch and see. I gotta go deep into what's happening and what's it involved with and what are some of his actions. And I continue to say this. If a Liberian is affected, I'm not saying Liberians. If a Liberian is affected, I'm affected. So I don't go for tail because you get all the people. No. Liberians should work in an environment where their rights are protected. They should not be working where they think that, oh, maybe today when I go, my boss man will dismiss me. Oh, the how Liberians are working with the foreigners. That's people that are working with Ricky Babani. And the only thing, as soon as they start, they ready. They come and tell you the Liberian mail. I will call my lawyer. I wanted to see lawyers like people. Oh God. As soon as he talk, oh, I want to talk to my lawyer. I want to call my lawyer. And my lawyer say this, that I will do, and everything. So the lawyers can advise you to infringe on the rights of the people too, right? Because this is the case. This is the case. This is the case because the lawyers. Yes, my brother. At times you blame our government officials. You blame them. People express themselves. It becomes a problem. They dismiss them. So what do they do? What do they do? People express themselves. It becomes a problem. And there are lots of you I have spoken to concerning these Sunni brother actions against you Liberians, how people are being dismayed, how people are being, because of just saying they come out and see that video, folks. We have the long video. If you play all that video, nothing in there that people say anything wrong. Just to express, he being the owner, to tell you about how things are happening. And I have the recording when the labor people went there. I have it. I'll play you them, you listen. Sometimes we say these things for love for country. Our people cannot be working and they be treated like slaves in their own country. It's unfair. You cannot allow Liberians to continue to be like the way they are in the hands of the foreigners. The foreigners, they seem to be so powerful to the extent anything they say, it is the final. So it's so good Ricky Babani get lawyers. There are some things we will say. There are some things we know. We will let the Liberian people know. The interest of Liberians is what matters. Folks, you out there, we need to put our voices together. We need to speak against the ills. Now, we should not just talk politics. We should not just blame politicians. We need to speak hard truth to these so-called employers in our country. They will bring their foreign brothers and pay them 1,000, 1,500, and the job that we Liberians can do in doing, they're gonna pay you 150, 200. And I love the way one of the guys said in the video, talking about his son, Sonny Bambandi. How Ricky Bambandi will feel when his son, Sonny Bambandi or David Bambandi, be treated the way they're treating Liberians, workers at Sony Brothers. How will he feel? But these things are happening to Liberians. There. No one seems to do anything about it. But the man brags that he doesn't listen to anyone. Ricky Bambani said he doesn't listen to anyone. In fact, he's not afraid of anyone. The only person maybe that can talk to him and he listens a little bit. We'll play, you listen to him talking to him. The only person he can listen to a little bit is when the president talk to him or come before him before I listen or listen small. You see? Let me take some of your calls, Liberians. You know, sometimes they thinking, hey, it is very sickening. Let me just acknowledge few of you watching, then we go. DJ Secret, today is your birthday. Let me say happy birthday to you, DJ Secret. You are one of our major players here. He said, good evening, boss. I'm watching from whom? In Gardens, thanks so much for the show and happy birthday to me. Secret, thank you very much, my brother. Happy birthday to you, man. Hope you're having yourself a great time, right? George Lamandine says, good evening, Sekou. Sharif, I'm following from the most civilized community in District GS Road. Has too much money is following, says, following from Greenville City this evening. Thanks for the great job, brother. Thank you very much. Ambassador Edmund Walkiwon Gawis is watching. Rachel Lawrence says, good evening, brother. I'm watching you from Minnesota, USA. Thank you. Alex Walker says, keep up the good work, brother. Emin Hammond says, following live from Margibi County. Mickey Matu Gossi says, long time, brother. Wane Boto says, do you blame the foreigners? Do you blame foreign thoughts? What he meant? Yeah, the so-called leaders. Oh, what he meant to say. Okay. Mavis Raketi Dabi, LRB youngest CEO Sekou Sharif Jr. I'm watching you from my Mama Point area. Thanks so much for the show, my clear heart, bro and friend. Yes, my brother. Happy belated wedding and wedding, ceremony. You got married recently. Let me say thank you, my brother. Someone says, Sumo Ball Montari says, watching from Rock Island, the second USA. Thank you very much for watching. We'll go to the lines and listen to some of you. 0770 0770 907 907 0770 907 907 are the numbers to call. Hey, do you want to participate on the show? Okay. You now a caller. Let me take this person. Where to go live? Okay.
How are you, sir?
Good evening.
Yeah, how are you? Good evening, how are you?
Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother, I'm so grateful for the platform you brought this evening. Brother, this thing you're saying, bro, is serious thing that we are facing in Liberia right now.
Go ahead.
Thing we are facing in Liberia. Master, I was working at Papa. When you go at Papa, right near Africa Motor, you call it Hayam Motor. Brother, for me, I'm a mechanic at the center of Tireman. I do more than 3 different work in that area for 150.
Look at that.
But they got 100
$250, but our money don't even count. If you say we don't have uniform, we don't have boots. If you go talk about it, the people they already make up for you. You don't want work, you leave a place. You don't want work, but you already got a job in your country. And then, brother, it was too hurting to the extent I told him I don't want the job. And the time I worked for, the guy refused to pay me. We went into an argument. Our own Liberian people, lawyer, one papa came. They said that the lawyer, the papa came, the papa arguing with me. The time the guy supposed to pay me, the papa said that now the time I work for the man pay me anyway he feel they pay me other stuff.
You see? That's it. That's how they can behave. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, hello.
Yeah, bro, say go ahead.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the show, bro. It's all over.
What's your name?
The foreigner, they put on
What's your name? Let's stick it to Ricky Babandi. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm
Go ahead.
The guy company in a country they call it National Dairy Company. Rest to FTRC. The learning people are there, bro. They happen to when they're ready to trap you, they can tell you for all type of fraud. We're far, like they ask for Father Geo Boy to come. Coming now, the very day will kill the next morning because one of the learning men that they call Mustafa, he was to me now everyone here. We ask for Father, so instead of their respect. They say, the next day will kill, they say, Upokora.
The men know how to program people.
Yeah, they say, Upokora. The black manager, the king, they never investigate the grab, the fire, what they say, camera figure, the grab, the kill, the full depot, the point. The next day, I spoken, they stood for the phone. When the CSD police investigated the case, they went in the got camera on, or they went there, they put Bokora, what they brought out. They because one of more Jeremiah, they call him Jeremiah. You are responsible, the enter coupon because I saw Jane, they facing the surgeon, biscuit, because they get more than this company now one thing. So the man brought because after can bring the coupon outside to enter.
Okay, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. We know there are a lot of cases. Let me say this. There are a lot of cases from other institutions, but today we're talking about Ricky Babani, the owner of Sony Brothers in Vartan. Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, Sekou.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, I'm AVP Dambo and I enjoy your very talking point for football Sumatra. Yeah. Let God be with you for taking us some fun, about our Liberia. And let God be with all I want to see the right thing to happen in the country for we the Liberia left to improve. In the country, the labor ministry, our government official not doing well for us, especially the labor ministry. Our brother there working, he can work for 25 years in the country. You can get anything for yourself. Is it the kind of thing that going on in the country? The bad thing because all the thing they only seek their own self-security. When the poor in the country, the poor won't pay the Liberia good money, but they can put their interest first. So that the kind of thing we know the imparity when they're imparity in the country, the aid and get forces over up. You see our justice system is weak. Now why the Lodi man Fulani this that anything that they double that lawyer because we pay a huge amount of money, the lawyer have the choice. So therefore your topic on the discussion, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll take another person here. Hello. Hello. Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my brother. This is Abba Mansakwe calling from Chocolate City. My brother, I don't believe people. Our every ministry, so-called ministry, what they call the preaching for all in the country here. They are not doing it. No good work in the country. If I have my own way, ministry of labor, I'm going to take them from out of the ministry. Yeah, ministry of labor that didn't want causing all the problem. Yeah, that didn't want causing all the problem. If I get my own way, ministry of labor, they're going to be dissolved. So thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me take another person here. Hello.
Yeah, you got me on, man.
Good evening.
Yeah, Vancouver, man. Calling from Clay Island.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my brother. Thank you plenty, man. God will bless you, my brother. It's not small thing we're passing through. You see the advantage what the men are talking about. So I just blame two people in this country for that advantage. Yeah, the labor ministry and our government. You see the kind of insulting word what women use. You get listening and nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody. The only person who get listening to Laban, only the president.
Now I'm being the people that can be brave, yeah.
You see that kind of insulting word. So I tell you, thank you, brother. I don't have much to say, but thank you for your program, man.
Thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much. We take more of your calls. Now I have one of the documents here in my possession that you see the ministry the ministry of 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 labor is one of the problems in this country. Is one of the problems in this country because you have the Ministry of Labor. Let me read you this document before I go back to the lines. Can you imagine this document? The Ministry of Labor is brave enough to do this document and allow those of the people, even though they know how they should carry out the process of redundancy. They know how redundancy is. They know what the process is involved, right? But they choose to do something. Let me read you the document from the Ministry of Labor before we go to the lines. It says Republic of Liberia, Ministry of Labor, Monrovia, Liberia. Form number. Then they got a date, October 17, 2022. I'm just telling you about last month, recently. Then it said, received from the management of Sony Brothers Incorporated, situated on Vartan, Bourgeois Island, Liberia, Monrovia, through the Labor Standards Division, Ministry of Labor, the full and just sum of 858 United States dollars due worker, blah, 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 requesting the following. Listen, this worker that they gave $858 to is somebody that has worked or had worked for Sony Brothers for more than 5 years without employment. He was never employed, or they were never employed. But the Ministry of Labor did not go to seek the interest of why Sony Brothers refused to employ the people. The guy worked for 8 years. 8 years. And the person was never employed. 8 years. Are you kidding me? So the only thing the Ministry of Labor could do, because Ricky Babani has bragged that the government is in his pocket, the Ministry of Labor, the minister and the mayor doing business together. They got a company called Vision Industry located in GSA Road, who usually, it is the same nails and all these things he's using to build his place all the time. Who usually they gave the nail to? They carry to his daughter, Betty Gibson, the daughter of Charles Gibson. She takes the nail, So how do you expect this man or Ricky Babani to be afraid and do the right thing? How will somebody work for you for 8 years without employment? But in the document that the Ministry of Labor wrote, they added that as if to say this guy was employed. You see how Liberians are our own problems? We Liberians are our own problems. That's being unfair. Let me read you Yeah. Ricky Babani, it is the Minister of Labor best friend and business partner. And then the video I play you, when the workers were raising issues to Ricky Babani, Because of that, they dismissed. They put down 11 persons without any problem or what they've done. They dismissed them. So it shows that what Ricky Babani said, that the government or the Ministry of Labor, no one can do anything to him. It is truth. Or only the president can. You see, they share arrogance and disrespect for constitutional authority that the foreigners have within them. Like this man, Ricky Babani. Let me read you the document from the Ministry of Labor. This is very disgusting. It's a receipt from the management of Sony Brothers Incorporated, situated on Vartan, Bourgeois Island, Liberia, Monrovia, through the Labor Standards Division, Ministry of Labor, the full and just. You know what I mean? Just sum. It means the $858 the people gave. It is the exact money that they needed to give to this guy that has worked with that had worked with Sony Brothers for 8 years. For 8 years. It means this guy that worked with the people for 8 years. I come and show you the bathroom. I come and show you the bathroom of where the guys, Sony Brothers, they're using. Liberians are using, not foreigners. Oh. Liberians are using. Let me show you the picture on. See the bathroom that Liberians are using. For those of you watching, Sony Brothers, this is the bathroom that Liberians are using. To Sony Brothers, this is the bathroom. For those of you that are watching the live, for those of you that are watching the live, that is the bathroom that Liberians are using. You see how filthy? Now, Ricky cannot allow his son, Sony Babani, or David Babani to use it. But Liberians are using it. See, is this a bathroom for people to use? For God's sake? Is this a bathroom for Liberians to use? What so much Liberians have done to foreign nationals that claim to own companies in this country, that are running businesses, enriching themselves at the detriment of the people of this country. See the bathroom. See the bathroom. Let me read you the letter, the communication. It says, Republic of Liberia, Ministry of Labor, Monrovia, Liberia, date October 17, 2022. It says, received from the management of Sony Brothers Incorporated, situated on Vartan, Bourgeois Island, Liberia, Monrovia, through the Labor Standards Division, Ministry of Labor, the full and just sum of 858 United States dollars, due worker, requesting the following: A, underpayment; B, failure to remunerate overtime worked; C, annual leave; D, payment in lieu of notice; E, illegal deduction of wages; F, time served; G, public holidays, day off; H, severance or granted pay; R, wrongful dismissal; J, other. So on the thing, what a day, so on the form, that means when they do it, what they usually do, in front of the form, they put a box there. If it is any of the things I just mentioned, what they will do, what they will do, is they put a box there. If it is one of the many things I just mentioned, they implementing, then they click it. So yeah, what they did, which one of them they click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it says payment in lieu of notice. You see? So on this document, the Ministry of Labor people, they put it that they say payment in lieu of what notice. Then they come again. There you go, Liberia. Then they say time served. So the money they pay, labor ministry is saying to you that the money they pay, that the money they're supposed to pay them for the time they serve, somebody that worked for 8 good years, you doing redundancy without any reason. Now, this is what the law says. The law says when you are doing redundancy, before a redundancy can be done, it must be that the business is finding some difficulties, some economic difficulties that there's no business. So what they usually do in that case, you cannot dismiss or you cannot put this man that served for 8 years down. What you should have done, the new people that you just got in the institution are the ones that you dismiss or you remove. And that removal should be with understanding that when things get better, when you open vacancy for applicants, they are the people that will occupy the vacancy before you can take another people. But because the foreigners, because Ricky Babandi feels and think he can violate the laws, and he does anything along with his friend institution, the labor ministry, they went to dismiss the people. So this is what this is what under it you got the director of labor standards sign here. Look at senior labor inspector sign. Yeah. Then then you got assistant minister of labor standards sign here. That listen to the thing here. They say this payment represents, this is what I don't want to listen to, in fact. It said this payment represents the full and final settlement of all my claims. Here you go. The foreigners are using our brothers. They coerce you. They use the Ministry of Labor to force you to sign on a document. There you go. You see what they did here? They force the people to sign. They coerce them to sign. With an understanding that if you're not signed, the man will dismiss you. You will not get anything. Can Ricky Bambani do this to his son, Sonim Bambani or David Bambani? But he's doing it to other people, children that have worked with his institution for a couple of years. One of them worked for 8 years. Some of them worked even more than that years. Some of them worked for below that years. But you dismiss them and you can't say redundancy. This is it. So let me read you this. They said this payment represents the full and final settlement and all my claims against the management of Sonim Brothers Incorporated. After receiving this amount from the above named management, I have no claims against the said management, now or forever in the future, growing out of my employment relationship. What kind of employment? So you see what I'm saying? The Ministry of Labor is a problem. This is a Ministry of Labor document. They should have even been asking Ricky Babani, why didn't you employ the people? What kind of employment you get the people before you say it is raising out of employment? You did not employ the people. But because they don't have, the man brags that nothing can be done to him. The labor minister that the man friend, two of them get company, Vision Industry. There's other corrupt and good for 19 labor minister Charles Gibson. Very good for 19. The man that has no respect for his character is Charles Gibson. Anything can make Charles Gibson to go down the belt. Anything. I see the reason why when this man got appointed for, the man go steal own client money. You can't say he legal man. How legal man your client can trust you? You go eat your client money. This is the same man. The Charles Gibson man. So how you go take the kind of a hungry man, you go put that man out. That man will corrupt. all. The man will seek his interest over all. This is it. Let's go to the lines. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. This is totally wrong. Those of you that work with Sony Brothers, you've got your stories. Call us. Let's hear you. Call us. Let's hear you. And it's good to let these things and let the public know. We're just talking about work issue. I will tell you what some of the things that Ricky Bambadi doing. They want to just working issue. They want to just something that will pave the way for us to enter into the real things we want to say. So let a friend can't defend him. And it's so good they get lawyers. Let it go to court. We live on the radio. We live on the television. Everything we say, we stand by it. 0770 907 907 0770 907 907. Hello?
Yeah, hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, sir. My name is Mustafa Escamara. And I call from Jigosta.
Go ahead.
Sir, we continue to say we're very disappointed in our government. I am a physician and I struggle hard to make the government successful. But the government should know that those of whom are placing into power, we are all with the labor sector. If they can at least make the labor sector strong in that of commerce, at least we will benefit. We believe now everyone can work within the government, but at least some of us who are doing store work, therefore I work at Red Light, or at Justy Junction, or in a so-called chicken. But then we are being marginalized. Sometimes labor inspector come there, they don't even want to do anything.
Yeah.
End of the day, we come there and then talk to the guys and can you imagine they won't come there to ask us, we the black, what is unfolding, how is it work, how the relationship. But then they will come and then talk with the Indian guys and the guys then will explain to them and then they look in our faces and receive money envelope from the guys. It happened somehow, I think last week when they went there, and I even had a problem with them. Up to now, I have problem at my job, sir. Because I told the other woman, I said, today you're doing it to us. But remember, your children will come. You will not be in a position. Other people will be there. You will be affected too.
Okay, thank you. Let me take another person here. Hello?
Hello?
Good evening.
Yeah, how you doing?
Go ahead.
I'm Jacob Chebo calling from Super Break Railroad. My son, I tell you thank you tonight. Let God bless you and bless your family.
Inshallah.
Let God give you long life.
Inshallah.
You see, the people that in that ministry there, when you have problem, you go to them, they start getting to say they will back you. But as soon as they reach to this level, man, they leave you outside, they go in the office. When they get in $200 or $300 and put it in their pocket, then they say, my brother, you know, no job, and you get family, and you this and that. Then they will walk out and leave the place. And they say that now, the nobody mail, India, whosoever will tell you, the Liberia government in my party. So these are the people bringing their problem in this country. Thank you, Tony, that you have discovered one of the secrets.
Thank you. Thank you. We will do more. Listen, I continue to say this is just a prelude to some of the things I want to say about Ricky Babandi. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Boss Adam. One of the very good Muslim brother.
Go ahead, my brother. Give all your story.
I work with the company since 2015.
Sorry?
I said I work with the company since 2015. I started the company from October 1st, 2015. Up to then they one time. When we're working, there was no lunch. We don't have time for lunch when you're working. Even the oil starting when you wait time, they say, oh, make it fast. When anything happens to you here on job, there's nothing in my thing to see when you work, you're not paying attention. When you go home in this day, they mark you absent for it. I even the machine that fell on my foot, the well manager, the point I can't put me out, not paying attention, so it's not the management, not responsible. I can't tell the public charge going myself. I missed the hour back absent. And then when he was after we went that to be the management on it. When I told him about it, but he said I should take it anywhere. Anywhere won't carry him there, he won't go to labor, won't carry the only person in the country that can stand is for him to talk that he will listen. More only the president.
I say I have. I'll play the record. Ah,
Now
God.
what he told us. So after we got respect on the way, the Lord put in our day, his son, his son in Babani, when he told people that he now willing to work or any move, he would let everybody go. So the Lord may say, okay, so now the case, and he ready to settle the people in food, he said yes. While we're in the office, the war inspector left on there, the man on the document, the chief inspector, he left on there, he went to the office. While they talk, when he came back, he said the message in the field because he was only 16, so a lot of time, all the work that we were now, they were only for 27 for what we were to pay for. So I asked him, I said, for me, I work with the company for 8 years. I started working with 26. So they pay when they should start from. See, after working with 20, in my rest, we got 20. He said, no, not part of it, the war, and I was around only from 28, the war,
you hear that other crazy thing I want to is it?
I told him, I said, not because maybe you work with the ministry, getting 1 or 2 cents for the people, and they kind of drive me, kind of 10 inches, and say, I know where they hire in the country, the money they make, you can use the money to establish the person who is. I said, yes, where is my 800? Where is when I was there, you know how long I said to people, but you know the person who pass through the when you're working, put clapping hands behind you or making fast, order to fight doing a place. That is saving key, so that then when you sound the people may very well you when you go, you pay you don't want to sound the people anymore, go to the ministry for your money.
You see? Okay, my brother. Thank you. It's very sorrowful, right? It's very, very sorrowful. And you see, if you don't want to do it, the labor man they tell you say go to the office for your money. I'm gonna read you portion of the law right here. Hello.
Yes, hello.
Good evening.
Yes, I was speaking with you, Mustafa Kambara, but then I went off the line.
Mustafa, go ahead now.
Yeah. All right, sir. So where I work, I make $140. And I do believe according to the labor law there is money. But then this in guy then telling us that this 140 TD is taking 2,600 for food money. You're responsible to get up $100 a day. We work from 7 to 6 o'clock. From 7 in the morning to 6 o'clock. And then we get on a contract. We screen ourselves on a daily basis. We work in a drink store. Can you imagine the supply? Here and there, every second go for 100 cartoon, every second go for 10 cartoon, every second go for this.
Okay, brother. Let's take this thing to Sunni brothers. I beg you. You know they are lost. Let me before I go to the lines again. Let me tell you what the law says. You know everything I say, I back them by facts. This is what part 5 that talks about the minimal conditions of employment. Chapter 15, general, it says, section 15.1 objective. The objective of this part is to set out decent minimal working conditions for all those who work in Liberia and to provide both employees and employers a fair and balanced mix of protection and flexibility in applying those conditions. It's a very long thing. Now, there's a portion in the Decent Work Act that talks a section 14.9, review of decision to terminate employment. Subject to this section, an employee whose employment was not terminated in accordance has the right to lodge a complaint to the ministry in accordance with the law. An employee shall lodge a complaint under this section such a longer period of time as the ministry may invest to know the cost for an extension is showing. An employee may not apply under this section if the employer decided to terminate the employment while the employee was serving. Now, the law also says section 14.10 that talks about remedies. That the way they now dismiss the redundant guy's name, it is not a real way they've done the redundancy. They say if the ministry or a court determines in a hearing under this act that an employee's employment was not in accordance with this act, the ministry or the court may be order that the employee be reinstated in their employment. Hey God, if we got good labor minister, if to say Charles Gibson is now one of the worst of all time, this very inept minister of labor, this man that has desecrated the sacredness of the office of the Ministry of Labor, this man that wants to eat everything he alone, all his deputies have problem with him. Do you know that this drunk-called labor minister can go to companies and tell the ministers or deputies, tell them say they should not go to certain company in the country? Only he's supposed to go there. Oh, Liberia. They said that the employer paid to the employee a compensation or both reinstatement and compensation. So the way they not dismiss the people the wrong way, the people got redress. If they say you got good labor ministry, they can reinstate the people and do the right thing. Hello.
Good evening, Sego.
Good evening.
My name is Mano Papawe. I call you from Israel. Good evening.
Go ahead.
No, Sego, thank you so much. May Allah bless you.
Inshallah.
Thank you so much for what you are doing for this country. We pray that so this thing is really troubling. You know, you live in a country, you don't have rights in your own country.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine that you have nowhere to carry your complaint. Your own people go carry complaint, they step on you because they have accepted kickback. Ergo, what kind of problem is this? What kind of problem we are facing with in this country? They will thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
And there are many other institutions like that.
Thank you. Today we're talking about Ricky Bambandi, the owner of Sony Brothers. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
My name is Matthew Murray. I'm calling from on the highway,
Mm-hmm.
You see the country here, this labor ministry, who learn trade, they put it on the you learn put it in the store, they will tell you say you're coming out of pocket. I will say you're coming out of pocket. And I play on the point, you're not doing a country, I'm winning at 2 years. If you're not doing a country, I'm winning at 2 years. You go to your man fitting pro. The airplane can because they know what is worth me. What if we have minister of say, oh, the minister of say, who needs to let the break in your game, Kim Hardy. Playing employees of Hardy. Fair for respect. So, bro, taking it, they don't pay for how to go way back again. They play come from Uncle again. So, taking it to the 14 a road. Pay the 14.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah, the people then. Are you? Check it. When will you have, or when will we have a labor minister that will seek the interests of the people? But there's a labor minister that is into business with all the foreign business owners in this country. He does business with all the foreign business owners in this country. All. So at the end of the day, he's like toothless bulldog that cannot say anything to them. What will the labor minister say to Ricky? Eh? You know what I will push them? How he's bringing people in this country, foreigners, what he's doing, and some other things. That's the time. And Ricky say he not afraid of nobody can do anything. And in fact, only the president, Ali, he can even listen to Suma. Let he wait. Yeah. No one is against investors in this country. But what we are against is what they are involved with. Their actions is what we are against. And we will will not agree to what they are doing against the interests of our country, Liberia. Who is bringing in foreigners and seizing their passports, seizing their documents? More things will come up about Sony Brothers owner, Ricky Babani. And I'll play you the audio, folks. We're gonna call the show. We're gonna call it a day now. We want to do some lay adjustment. Listen, you're listening to this after the holiday. You listen to Ricky Babani. The man said, even you take his name to labor ministry or whatsoever, he care. He can't do anything. The only person that he can listen to small, at least when they talk to him or come in front of him, is the president. So you see how the people not even afraid? And so this man, he does a redundancy against. Now you can do redundancy when it is just they got procedure in which you follow. You read the Ministry of Labor. You informed the Ministry of Labor about the redundancy and gave the Ministry of Labor reason. And the Ministry of Labor should be able to see that reason as being tangible. But what kind of Ministry of Labor will get? When I other junk they call Minister of Labor, he says there, he does nothing. He's so corrupt. One of the worst things ever happened to Liberia. A labor minister that can eat a client money. Give me what can go eat a client money there. He say he lawyer. Okay, my name is Sekou, and I'm Sekou Sharif. This is the Sekou Sharif. We will be back here on Monday. We'll be having the pensioners. That leadership will be here on Monday with me on the show. They will be here with me on Monday on the show. Tomorrow is holiday, and you know we don't do the show on Friday. And so the pensioners will be here. There are lots of things we've discussed. There are a lot of things we're gonna do. You don't want to miss it.